you find a knife that's got the perfect handle, it needs to be weighted. Henkel are the knives I use.
Again, it's the same old crap.
We can look forward to another season of patronising cooking videos.
The culinary world just witnessed what might be the most savage takedown in kitchen history. Gordon Ramsay, the man who can make grown chefs break down in tears with a single glare, has finally laid his eyes on Meghan Markle's so-called homemade pasta disaster. And let me tell you, his reaction? Pure fire. Brutal, unforgiving. Picture it. Gordon sitting in his immaculate London restaurant, probably sipping on an espresso while reviewing menus for his next Michelin star adventure. Someone brings over Meghan's viral pasta video, the one where she licks her fingers mid-cooking, waves jewelry over steaming pots like she's performing a seance, and acts like knife safety is an optional suggestion. Gordon presses play, and within seconds, the man's face goes through an entire Shakespearean tragedy.
It's funny you call me Sussex. You know I'm Her Royal Highness now. I wonder how the Parents Network feels about her having Chrissy Teigen on, who bullied a woman on Twitter and intimidated that she commit unalivement.
According to people close to him, his expression shifted from confused to horrified to absolutely furious, all in under 10 seconds. Word is he couldn't even stomach the whole video. He kept pausing, muttering words that would make a sailor clutch their pearls. One insider swears Gordon jumped out of his chair, pacing around the room, pointing at the screen like he was witnessing an actual crime. And honestly, after seeing Meghan's technique, who could blame him? This is Gordon Ramsay we're talking about, a man who has trained under the most cutthroat chefs alive, built an empire on precision and discipline, and fought tooth and nail to elevate the culinary world. And here comes Meghan Markle, waltzing into his sacred territory, treating cooking like it's just another Instagram hobby. But the gossip doesn't stop there, because sources say Gordon didn't just keep his fury bottled up.
I reckon there was a whole list of people who would not want to be associated with that dreadful woman, but I don't even know why they're bothering with season 2. Seriously, season 1 was such a flop. Here we go again.
Rumors are swirling that Gordon's been spilling his unfiltered thoughts to fellow chefs, critics, and frankly anyone within earshot. And the professional food world, they're buzzing. His commentary allegedly is nothing short of savage. What enraged him the most wasn't only the amateur skills, it was the audacity. Meghan, with zero culinary training, no restaurant grind, no years spent sweating over hot stoves, is positioning herself as some kind of domestic goddess, a lifestyle guru who knows her way around a kitchen. Meanwhile, real chefs bleed for this craft. They slice their fingers, burn their arms, endure years of brutal discipline to earn their stripes. Meghan wants to bypass all that and play queen of the kitchen, and the timing couldn't be worse. She's desperately trying to reinvent herself with this perfect hostess image. But when one of the world's most feared and respected chefs allegedly rips your cooking to shreds, that carefully curated persona crumbles faster than an overcooked souffle.
Could that potentially negatively affect her pursuits going forward? Because people are going to be like, well, good Lord, in Variety, she was talking shit about the first production crew that worked on the Harry and Meghan documentary.
Industry insiders are whispering that Gordon's fury wasn't just about Meghan's kitchen chaos. It symbolized something bigger, something every real chef values: authenticity, respect for the craft, and the line between real skill and celebrity fakery. And once Ramsay started dissecting Meghan's so-called cooking, that's when the true nightmare began. Let's start with the knife work. Word is, the moment Meghan grabbed that blade, Gordon's instincts went haywire. Imagine him watching as Meghan clutched the knife like she was about to perform heart surgery with a butter spreader. Her grip? Awful. Her posture? Wrong. Her technique? A screaming billboard for amateur hour.
With little fanfare, drew muted interest, and Meghan even turned off Instagram comments.
Sources say Gordon literally winced when she began hacking at onions like she was swatting flies. No rocking motion, no proper hand positioning, just raw chaos with a sharp weapon. One insider claims Gordon muttered under his breath, "That's not how you hold a bloody knife. She's going to chop a finger off." And after seeing it, honestly, you'd agree. Meghan was swinging that knife around like it was a toy. Every move screamed danger. But what really broke Gordon? Her blatant disregard for basic safety, stuff every culinary school teaches on day one. Your fingers should be curled inward, knuckles guiding the blade. But Meghan? She had her fingers spread out like she was playing the piano. She was practically begging for an ER visit.
She saw this as her comeback moment. I mean, really? Is she that dumb?
And it didn't end there. Rumors say Gordon lost it over her cutting board setup. She didn't even secure it. No damp towel underneath, just sliding around like an ice rink. Safety 101 completely ignored. Then came the garlic incident. Gordon reportedly watched in horror as Meghan mangled cloves like she had never seen garlic in her life. No smashing, no rocking motion, just random, uneven chopping that left chunky bits everywhere. One source swears Gordon barked, "That's not minced garlic, that's garlic abuse." But what truly stung him? The realization that millions of people were watching this, and some might actually copy it. His whole career has been about teaching proper methods, about instilling respect for the craft. And here's Meghan, showing the world exactly how not to cook.
That posse of pathetic sycophants.
She'll
Going,
say-
oh, look, amazing, look.
It's
Look,
embarrassing.
Look, she's made a salad.
And Gordon knows the danger. Home cooks mimic what they see online. If Meghan demonstrates reckless knife skills and chaotic prep, it's not just embarrassing, it's dangerous. This wasn't just bad cooking. This was setting a terrible example for anyone watching. But as bad as the knife work was, Gordon's breaking point came when hygiene, or rather Meghan's lack of it, entered the spotlight.
Because they pocketed all the money. Like, I mean, this is kind of an obvious thing, but the reality here is, yeah, they had this multi-look first deal, right?
This is where Gordon allegedly went from frustrated to disgusted. Sources say the second Meghan licked her fingers and then grabbed the knife, Gordon nearly jumped out of his seat. Imagine his face watching her season the blade with her own saliva. He reportedly ranted about cross-contamination, shaking his head in disbelief. Here's Meghan touching her face, running her hands through her hair, then immediately handling food without washing her hands once. Ramsay, a man who's shut down restaurants for less, was apparently shouting at the screen.
Wait a minute. It's not quite as lucrative as that. In fact, the jury is out on whether or not the gruesome twosome's new relationship with the streaming giant is worth very much at all.
But it only got worse. What really sent him over the edge? Meghan plunging her bare hands directly into a jar of preserved lemons. No gloves, no utensils, just fingers that had touched her hair, her countertops, her jewelry, contaminating what she called gourmet ingredients. And the hair. Gordon allegedly couldn't handle the sight of her loose locks dangling over the skillet. In any professional kitchen, that's a health code violation. You tie it back, you wear a net, you cover it. Basic, non-negotiable rules. Meghan acted like she was on a beauty commercial, not handling food. Insiders claim Gordon was livid. This wasn't just sloppy, it was dangerous. Meghan has a massive audience. By showing them this unhygienic circus, she was normalizing unsafe behavior that could make people sick. Years of Ramsay's food safety preaching, undone in one viral video.
Yeah, Harry and Meghan, we love the documentary. It did really well, but nothing else has really worked. Where'd all the money go?
And then there was the jewelry. Bracelets clinking, rings sparkling, a watch dangling dangerously close to hot pans. Gordon allegedly ranted non-stop about how jewelry is bacteria heaven, rings trap grime, bracelets can contaminate food, watches collect grease. And worse, they can slip, catch fire, or even fall into a dish. But Meghan flaunted hers like she was strutting on a runway, not working in a kitchen. It wasn't just unprofessional, it was reckless. And what really enraged Gordon was the casual attitude. She wasn't ignorant, she just didn't care. She wanted to look chic, relatable. But there's nothing relatable about serving food laced with bacteria.
In case you guys get divorced, we may want to do that because, yeah, more and more signs are proving that that's probably going to happen.
And let's not forget the preserved lemon jar. Meghan, with her unwashed hands, contaminating a product she hyped up like it was culinary gold. Ramsay reportedly fumed that behavior like that would get a restaurant shut down instantly. By now, Gordon wasn't just watching a bad cooking video, he was watching a safety nightmare unfold. Jewelry dangling over pots, hair flying around, hands spreading germs. According to insiders, Ramsay was breaking down every danger on screen, explaining how one wrong move could mean burns, infections, or worse. And here's the kicker. Food safety experts agree with him.
The king and queen of California's luxury lifestyle is staggeringly expensive.
Apparently, even certified instructors have been using Meghan's video as a what not to do lesson. They say every piece of jewelry she wore violated basic kitchen rules. One expert even claimed her rings alone could harbor enough bacteria to make someone sick. Bracelets, fire hazards, watches, germ collectors. It was a walking hygiene disaster wrapped in designer accessories. And while Gordon ranted about jewelry, food safety pros backed him up, calling Meghan's kitchen behavior the perfect example of how celebrity cooking culture gets it wrong. Style over safety, image over integrity.
Meghan got a new deal is down to the fact that they already have pocketed the money, so they have to continue working until they've completed their obligations and produced more content.
Industry whispers say Gordon's fury wasn't just personal, it reflected the frustrations of an entire professional cooking community. Because here's the truth, when someone like Meghan flaunts her platform and ignores every safety rule in the book, it sends the worst possible message to millions of people watching. And that's what allegedly drove Gordon crazy. In any professional kitchen, before you so much as crack an egg, the first thing you do is remove jewelry. It's drilled into students like gospel. Yet Meghan, with her lifestyle brand aesthetic, decided the rules didn't apply. The watch on her wrist? Allegedly, that was the final straw for Ramsay. Watches in the kitchen are notorious germ factories. They get splashed, they collect food particles, they become breeding grounds. Real chefs know, either wear nothing or wear a timer that can be cleaned. Meghan clearly didn't get that memo. And here's where it turns deliciously ironic. Reports claim food safety instructors are literally showing Meghan's video to their classes as a what not to do example. Instead of inspiring home cooks, Meghan has apparently become the poster child for kitchen chaos. But Ramsay's rage didn't stop with hygiene. Oh no, it went deeper. Word on the street? Gordon immediately saw through the act. That video wasn't just a casual cooking session. No, he allegedly recognized it as a product launch setup. And the target? Those mysterious preserved lemons. The cryptic caption, "So much goodness is coming soon." According to insiders, Gordon rolled his eyes so hard it could have been heard across London. He knew exactly what he was watching. Meghan turning centuries-old Mediterranean tradition into a glossy lifestyle gimmick. And here's the kicker. Real preserved lemons, they take weeks. The process requires precision, salt ratios, fermentation, sterile conditions. But Meghan casually sticking unwashed hands into a jar. Gordon reportedly questioned if she even knew how preservation works, let alone if her version would be safe to sell. One culinary expert even claimed Gordon was ranting about the cultural disrespect. Preserved lemons aren't a trend. They're a culinary heritage passed down through Mediterranean and North African kitchens. Families perfect these recipes over generations. And Meghan? Treating them like a Pinterest craft project. But Gordon's sharpest jab? Pricing. He allegedly speculated Meghan would slap a luxury price tag on something that costs pennies to make. Authentic producers charge around $10 to $15 a jar, but add Meghan's celebrity markup, and suddenly you've got a $50 royal lemon. And for Gordon, it wasn't just sloppy, it was exploitative. Reports say Ramsay even warned that Meghan's preserved lemons could be more than a branding flop. They might actually be a health hazard. In his view, she skipped every critical step. Shelf stability, regulations, safety checks. What really made him snap? The emptiness of her pitch. Serious chefs talk flavor, technique, tradition. Meghan's vague teaser, goodness coming soon, was nothing but fluff. And then Gordon dropped the hammer. Even the worst Hell's Kitchen contestants handle a knife better than Meghan in her own kitchen. His most brutal comparison? Even 12-year-olds on MasterChef Junior show more respect for knives, hygiene, and food safety. Children, doing it better. To Ramsay, Meghan's performance wasn't cooking. It was theater. Every move staged for the camera, every gesture more about branding than food. A massive wasted opportunity. Then came the Italian backlash. Authentic chefs were horrified. One nonna reportedly muttered curses watching Meghan drown pasta in olive oil. No pasta water, no emulsification, just chaos. Some even started using her clip as a teaching example. This is what happens when you don't respect tradition. But Gordon's fury hit boiling point with the rosé. Meghan casually poured her own wine, label facing camera, of course. To him, it wasn't a meal anymore. It was an ad disguised as cooking. Worse, the pairing didn't even make sense. It wasn't about flavor, it was about product placement. And here's the juiciest twist. Insiders think this was all calculated. Every sloppy chop, every hygiene fail, every cringe moment, engineered for outrage. Because controversy means clicks, and clicks mean relevance. But Gordon's final verdict was merciless. Meghan's lifestyle brand is doomed. Built on image, not substance, it can't last. People may fall for the glossy packaging once, but they'll eventually see the cracks. His alleged words? You can't fake craft, you can't fake respect, and you can't fake flavor. So, was Meghan's pasta video a genuine attempt at cooking or a staged publicity stunt? Either way, if Ramsay's prediction proves true, her brand could burn out faster than garlic in a hot pan. Garlic in a hot pan.